Amend the agenda and add a possible discussion. Action on compensation board recommendations. Any kind of motion, is there a second? Motion is second, on say aye. Motion carries. Now I need a motion to approve the agenda. Second to approve the agenda minutes. All in favor of that, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Rich? You're up. Still looking for a full-time fee.
We need some concord.
No, I kind of we're gonna do something.
Need that, this,
Yeah, we gotta do that.
so can you go with this thing? Shoot for like July to use the money for what kind of time to even get to?
Some of those projects. Boxes. I was thinking. We can do some. Maybe. The rest of the meeting. Other than. We'll do the same. Bid both out of this and cheap. I use. That is a certified debt. That's a project.
We have money borrowed. And you can certify that. We need to know how much to borrow. And when you're gonna need it. We have our own budget. That was good.
Everybody is having trouble hearing, so if you can speak up louder and face the owl, that will help people hear.
You, yeah, really evaluates. Yeah, probably should just spend. Yeah, because it's expensive. Well, there's. Questions. It's huge. I mean, I know it's a big deal for transporting goods. Also, it's that's right. There's been talk. Increases are local. Yeah. Which is a lot of people are just looking for meeting. So we actually can. You know that yeah. We have the easy part. A lot of guys have said just wants out. Form wise or even that's what it's going to be. It's going to be, so we got to deal with it. The biggest thing is still need so that have combination. It's not a free for all. But now the DOTs. It's going to be tough. Once we get all this passed. I think the goal right now. State highways. Right. Interstates are all there, but you know, my roads. I just look at my. That's the two main ones.
Elevators and then how close those elevators are to
Yep.
the state highways, and not only that, but the quarries. The quarries are, you know, and then there's more than just quarries. Obviously, there's other things, but I mean, when I look at what we've got going on, most of the time it's grain and aggregate seems to be the big movers.
We'll keep that on your pile of things to do.
It's there.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Any other questions for Rich? Thank you, Rich.
Thank you.
Drainage, we have claims. Almost approved drainage claims.
So I'll second it.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Did you all get the amendment to the engineer's report for DD2?
Yes,
Yes.
I need a motion to accept that.
Yep,
I'll make a
please.
motion to accept the engineer's amendment.
I have a motion to accept the engineer's report, DD2. Is there a second? I'll second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Take a motion to approve the claims.
I'll make a motion to approve claims.
Is there a second? Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Is there any reports? How about payroll eligibility,
Nope,
liquor license?
first to go.
Almost approved that liquor license for first sale.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the liquor license for first dog. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Is there a motion to approve the amendments to the law enforcement for Kensett?
I will make a motion.
And Grafton,
Oh, and Grant.
And Grafton.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll second that motion. Motion is second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
The towns.
Department budget reviews.
I just left that in there. Can we drop down to people service? And we can put that part in?
So
Did you guys all get a chance to look over the?
Yes, it's part of our contract.
contract, so it's kind of,
Don't really have a choice.
Is there a motion to approve the adjustment to the annual compensation?
Motion to approve the annual government compensation.
Is there a second?
I will second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. How about we drop down to my amendment or amended the agenda? Discussion, possible action on compensation board recommendations and the reason. And the reason I bring that up is because we have boards that got their own, so we have departments that got their own boards and they have public hearings on this stuff. And that stuff is coming to the table. And right now, you know, Jackie asked us to use if she should use the compensation board stuff. We said that that's time we would, we'd adjust it later. We have the assessors board meeting coming up. I got a couple of board meetings this week with public hearings on. And we don't have to make, we always like to make a decision after we make sure the budget varies, you know. But is there any idea of what you're thinking or where you're headed on this? Because they're using those recommendations from compensation board on it.
Well, and the thing is, they don't have to give them that amount. A budget is a guess.
Yep, that's right.
They could go lower. They don't have to approve those wages at that time. They can be adjusted.
Right.
But they never.
And I'm aware of that. I just was, you know, we don't have to do anything on it because we'd like to wait to see it.
We're gonna,
Where the numbers
we
come.
have to. If there's not money, we can't give
Yeah.
that much money.
Yeah, I mean. I'd rather wait until we have a budget lined up before we.
Do an actual,
We can tell them,
we discussed.
those boards, basically the direction we're going right now, as of right now.
It's
Right.
down.
And give them an idea.
Making an actual, instead of making an actual, because it could end up being, you know, even different from what we discussed here.
Right.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it could be.
So gotta hope for the
I mean,
best.
best case would probably be half. And I don't, well, we'll see if we can do that.
Right, so I don't. I guess I wanna wait on it, until we can get our budget numbers out closer and see where we're at, but like I say, we can recommend to the other board that this is the direction we're going. That we're looking at right now, that still may change.
Right, that still could change. We just took the first look at it last week. We're not sure where we're at. So,
That's all I wanted to know.
yeah, no, I
Direction.
don't disagree. Yeah,
We gotta have some sort of idea plan of what we're going to.
Well, and I hope I have numbers for you by next week, so. If not before.
okay.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
It'd be nice to have it. It'd be nice to have those numbers before we actually look at, have the boards doing.
Yep.
The public hearings and stuff, but.
Yep.
That's just, it takes time.
Next time.
No two ways about it, so.
Or get a
That's all
budget
I wanted to
director.
know. What's that?
Better get a budget director then. They can focus just on that.
Next is when medical. Melissa, are you on?
Oh, she's been waiting. There you go. Joining. Now she's on.
No motion on anything.
Did you say she was on?
She's on now.
Melissa, you there?
Wake up.
I am.
Morning.
Morning, how are you?
We're good.
I don't really have any important updates, just still working with that lead from IADAG.
Okay, good. See, getting any more excited or getting any more direction or anything?
More questions.
More questions. Okay,
So we're hoping for a site visit later on this month or next month.
okay. And let one of us know at least and we can
Sure.
try to go up that day. So,
You available after this meeting? Can I give you a call?
Yep,
Okay, thanks.
you bet.
Anything else for her? Thank you, Melissa.
You bet.
EMS, continued discussion.
But what are we gonna do?
Well, I found out this week when I was in the morning that we can use the ARP because of the way we did it with the $10 million. We can use ARP to pay for this.
okay.
But I mean, that's just a band-aid.
That's just 1 year. So
But
just-
it
yeah.
gets us by for years. then we
That's
have
just a
to have
band-aid for a year and we still got to do it.
Still gotta get a plan in place from there.
So that's about the only news that I have on it.
Well, I have not talked to any confirmation from any city officials at Northwood, but I heard they don't want nothing to do with it. I just heard that this week.
I was
The ambulance,
busy
running the ambulance period, you mean, or
With have as a part of
Their-
their employees, they don't wanna start an ambulance service.
So
Under the city.
yeah. I do think that every city in the county needs to be more involved in the discussions going forward.
definitely.
Oh, yeah.
The city's got to get involved.
We need their inputs, their thoughts. I mean, that's where the vast majority of the calls go and
Yeah,
When-
I just know that we've got two services now that are in their budgets too, and they're trying to figure out whether we're a part of it or not.
Right.
So that's where we're just gonna have to decide what we're gonna do, if we're gonna try it for 1 year and.
well, it gives us a year, if we can do it that way, it gives us a year to get things figured out.
Process will begin.
Yep.
Start over.
Yeah, whether we start over from the beginning or keep working. I mean,
I didn't get a chance last week because I was busy, but I was gonna talk to the four city one and see if he wanted to come into the county.
oh, gotcha.
Yeah, and that would be a trustee thing. You have to talk to the trustees as well.
Right.
But you know, if they're not willing to, there's no struggle.
Right.
I will try to do that this.
Sounds good.
And the other thing,
Well, just keep it on the agenda. We'll keep trying to figure it out, I guess.
we skipped over one here. Board appointments, we need eminent domain.
Mhm.
Do you have any more board appointments or anything?
And what categories do we need them in? Obviously, or what
I guess
qualifications,
it's how it,
however we want to do it, or I guess what,
yeah, whatever.
who dropped off that, and what were their qualifications, maybe? I don't remember.
People with knowledge of land values, most likely.
I thought that was,
Well,
I think
and
most of it would be realtors, farmers,
I thought we had some of them in kind of the wrong
categories
category.
anyway.
because, you know, there's basically a farmer category and some of the farmers ended up, which they should know land values of farmland. I don't know about commercial and everything else. So I don't know. So it's finding people basically.
and do we need two of them? Or three?
I was gonna look that up and I didn't end up.
I know we need two.
At least
I'm
two.
pretty sure.
Oh, three. One realtor because Aaron has to go off.
Is Myron Lucas on this board?
Mhm.
Okay.
Sorry. Good try.
Myron, we got Chris's on there. I mean, you know, both of those got real good
What,
knowledge.
just our left in the county.
That's
I
what-
tried to look it up
Trying to
and
figure it out.
I couldn't look it up this time. I don't know what.
Yeah, Chris is on it.
Yep.
Myron's on it.
her- Yep.
You're on it.
She's already on it.
Claire's still do?
She's still on it too.
She's on it.
All right, well, let's start, look and see if there's any.
I'll send you the list so you know what you
realtors that
got.
are in town.
And willing to do it.
I think eminent domain is good at this time.
Yeah, I think we covered it.
I think everything else is covered.
I haven't gotten any more orders.
We best can.
Cause you could shoot for a banker or auctioneer, property manager, property appraisers, persons responsible for making loans. It's either that or,
Some of them are on there already, aren't they?
well, and that's where I switched a couple of them.
Okay.
I put Paul Tennell to owner operator ag property and what else did I put over there? I think Arlo Rugland,
Okay,
but I'll send you the whole list so
Okay.
you have it.
thank you.
Alrighty. Next up is department head discussions. Got anything for us?
If you haven't heard, union did get voted in. So we'll probably have to talk to Renee at some point, get something set up so we can figure out moving forward, how that's gonna move forward. Then the only other thing I have is we will be a little short-staffed in the office today with the funeral, so most of my staff will be going down to that, so we'll probably shut down the front counter for about an hour and a half there.
Any other department heads? Anything?
I just came to see if you guys had questions on the budget stuff, but I'm happy to get into it since I was gone last week. Like with our board, back to discussing where they settle on the salary stuff. When we submitted our budget, we go, once you guys, the dust settles from it, I go back and have them actually approve the budget with real numbers. So.
And that should be a
It's-
process.
it should-
That should be the process. for
That's kind of
everybody.
what we got.
Yeah, that's exactly how the other departments and boards do it. If they just come in and go, no, this is where we're at.
Well, some of the other ones have their own.
They got their own levy, so
That's what's good.
Right. That-
they get out in front of us.
Mhm.
So,
Any other department heads out there?
One question, though, you were talking about the pay stuff earlier.
The what stuff?
The TIF.
Yep.
Projects for Rich, if we're looking for TIF projects. Just see it. I mean, it's not gonna be a dollar value of what he has, but we probably could come up with a project or something that. If we're looking, if we need to spend TIF money.
Okay.
So,
Just something to keep in mind.
Supervisors weekly. Like I said, I went to one to that officer school. And Joe was the first one up with his group,
Of course.
and I kind of knew this, but there's a lot of counties out there that aren't as far advanced as we are when it comes to how we do things and the ransomware and all this kind of stuff. And they were, one guy mentioned that they had his group come in and within about 20 minutes, they had everybody's passwords and everything else. So yikes, that was pretty fast. They did mention to start labor negotiations in November, December for the budget. I still don't understand why the union's so late. Explain to me why we don't do that like in the fall of the year.
Well,
Or
as soon
couldn't
as,
set it
there-
up in
They want to
the,
be,
as soon as there's a contract, it'll be set.
right,
But
I
there
mean,
needs to be, that we're just in between years and in between unions, so it's totally different.
but it never has been.
okay.
It's just,
Usually it's
yeah.
budget.
Normally we would be down with it.
Yeah.
We would have been down in December.
we would have been starting it.
It may be
Sometimes
nice.
they wait for station.
Right.
But this one was one union left. So then they had to vote in if they wanted a different union and just got that done through PERB, and PERB is a little slower than what they've been. And yeah, so
Not that it matters, but that's the way it's always been done.
Gotcha. I'm getting up to date.
I think that'd be a
It's
great
hard for
idea.
him to do a budget when he has money.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, then they brought up the issue about fees for like the recorders and treasurers, and I got the laugh of the day down there about
Oh.
the amount of money that the counties get back from the state there. That kind of broke the ice, so.
Good.
We all know where those fees are at.
And what was the consensus then? I mean, would it be a good idea?
Well, it was everybody was laughing so hard, they just stopped right there and they didn't go on.
Oh, okay.
One of the guys stood up front and said, and we all know how much money we get back, the counties get back from the states on fees and licenses and that kind of stuff. So
Okay.
they didn't even go any farther.
Gotcha.
And they did put all the PowerPoints from your meeting
Yeah.
are on ISAC. Anybody can see that
Oh,
has
okay.
ISAC. So
They,
there, I went back and
they mentioned that down there that they were going to, but it was a really good meeting in general. So that's, a lot of it was just review that I picked up in the last couple of years. So.
Jake, I just had the Farm Bureau meeting Tuesday night. Real good discussion with that group on
Yes.
EMS. They're 100% behind it. They want to see us keep moving on it, so. Which is a good sign. And then we also have the discussions on the roads and bridges permit stuff, which. Obviously is up in the air. They're kind of wondering is, what's the best thing for the farmers to do when there comes to hauling their grain, so. I think that was about it we had for discussions there that I can remember. Maybe a few other little things, but. And then I had a Port Authority meeting on Thursday. Brought back a check for $127,000 reimbursement for that grant we got, engineering grant we got from the state. So that money's back in the county again. And then we're getting our annual report ready to submit to the state, and we'll have another meeting coming up in March. So just kind of a quick meeting, just to get that stuff done. So that's all I had this week.
That Farm Bill too. I think AJ pretty much touched everything we talked about. We started back in once a week, actually training for our workforce. Usually like a training, just a jab session, basically saying what's going on. There is some regions and it's up for discussion, so we're gonna see what happens in the next few months that they might refuse the funds and actually do away with their 828 agreements and just basically try to turn it back over to the state because they're not happy with the liability they're putting on the counties. And so there's some discussion there. I have never heard that at our local meetings. We will have one Friday. So this coming Friday, I think it is actually down at Iowa Workforce in Mason City. So, yeah, that was kind of the discussion and it sounds like it's a possibility. It would do away with the CEO's responsibility and I'm not so sure if I don't disagree. with
Well,
it.
if everybody stands up against the state.
Yeah, well, it's actually the federal is passing it down to us and I mean, it all the way from top down, telling us what we can and cannot do. And, you know, when we had to go back and change our liability agreements because they didn't think it was quite kosher and, you know, it puts a lot of pressure on the local boards to financial responsibilities. If we miss something, we get a CEO, I don't know, hire somebody that actually misuses the funds a little bit and then liability comes back to us. So it's, you know, it's tough. So we had that discussion. Like, we'll see where that goes in the next few weeks and months and see what happens. So that's all I had.
Okay. Next week, agenda items, anybody? Everything pretty good?
It's pretty well covered. Yeah, we got the statewide supervisors on there and you got the upcoming spring conferences on there. Other than that, there's no local meetings that I know that we're being asked to.
Oh, when's the next one with Vetco? I didn't look at that.
Oh,
April.
probably they'll be coming back in just a bit. And we already approved the budget, so
April.
April.
10th, 11:30.
Thank you.
If there's nothing else, I guess I'll recess the regular meeting till 9:30.
We gotta adjourn this.
Adjourn this
You
one.
know, during this,
I'll take separate.
I'll take a motion to adjourn.
How much we got?
Second.
Second. A motion is second to adjourn. Motion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And if it carries.
You can shut that one off.